to another episode of the Gangster Chronicles. I'm Big Steel with my boy.
James McDonald.
And tonight we have a very esteemed guest, man. You know, one of the biggest channels on YouTube and beyond, you know, probably like one of the kings of digital media.
I like that.
Straight out of Detroit, Michigan, my man Al Prophet. What's
What
going
up,
on,
though?
Al? What's going on with you, bro?
Excellent. Excited to be on here and looking forward to our wide-ranging conversation with two men of distinction, honor, and intellect.
For sure. Appreciate that, man. I don't know if infamy, more like it. Let me ask you a question, man. I'm a big fan of your channel, you know, big fan of your work. What made you specifically lean more into the genre of gangsterism?
Okay, so 2004, I was in graduate school getting a master's in economics. But I'd always wanted to make movies. But going to film school seemed kind of ludicrous. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get paid to learn how to do this. So I started making music videos in Detroit, and I got well known for that. So then about 2008, I said, okay, let me try to make a movie. But I didn't have any money. This is back before you could get really nice cameras for $2,000. So what can I make? I got to make a documentary. Well, I'm in Detroit. I'm going to make a documentary about it. Oh, well, Detroit is the crime capital of America. Let me make it about crime. So I made one like as a practice, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And I put it out, and it became very popular. And just like when you do anything, you do something that people like and it's popular, then the next layer up of people approach you like, hey, well, I'm such and such so-and-so. Do one on us. And then it just snowballed, and I became known for that, and had a lot of contacts and started doing more and more and better stuff, and just stayed in that field because that's what was there. And crime kind of touches, you know, every component of life, really.
Well, yeah, I know you had your run in the street, right?
Yes.
You want to tell us about that a little bit?
Well, I am the proud owner of 4 felony convictions. And served a couple years, most recently in the for the crime of bringing what's now not even medicine, but weed, which is, you know, you can use it without a card. Mm-hmm. I got caught with 50 pounds of recreational substance in Arizona and had to lay down for a year in that tent city jail with
That's all?
Joe Arpaio.
For 50 pounds?
In Arizona, that ain't. Guys was getting probation for 300 pounds. Like, you know, that's a warehouse state. Remember, it's not pounds of this stuff that's $3,000. It's back then it was the, you know, the AZ Reggie Bowls. They were $300 each.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah. So, you know, a year is enough.
Shoot, that Rex, you bring in the best profit sometimes.
Double up.
Man. You know,
Allegedly, sorry.
You know, yeah, allegedly. You know, the market was way better on some Rex.
Oh, more money's been made by far in marijuana than cocaine and heroin put together. I mean, up through the rise of the domestic, until the rise of the domestic marijuana industry, or whatever, 10 years ago, you know, Sinaloa cartel, over half of their profits was from marijuana. And guys I know in Detroit, and I don't mean from being Al Prophet, just like doing documentaries, guys I know, I have multiple people I knew that, you know, are getting 3,000 pounds twice, 3 times a month, you know, so making $1 million or $2 million a month on weed. Multiple groups of guys doing that. And so, yeah, big money in that. And like you said, the Reggie Bowl game was the best thing ever. Very bulky, but.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. So you started off doing music videos and everything else. Then you went into documentaries. Documentaries of the lick. I'm a big fan of that. Me and you got some stuff coming up that we'll talk about later on.
But that was in the DVD era.
Oh, wow.
And at the end of it, kind of. Mm-hmm. So off the camera here, my esteemed cousin and business partner, he did about 250 mixtapes. So he had a whole route of all the Detroit, because there's nothing open in Detroit but liquor stores and gas stations. So those were his retail locations. So, you know, he was helping me put my DVDs in there. But with every new release, you know, and the economy's so bad, there's guys walking from barbershop to barbershop selling 3 movies for $5, 2 Hollywood movies and an Al Prophet DVD. Mm-hmm. And so there might be 50,000 copies on one of my DVDs, and, you know, I sold 2,000 of them. So yeah. It was a limbo time, and it was before digital had kicked in, but I knew digital was going to kick in, and I met some people out here and partnered with them on their digital distribution company, Indie Rights, and it did kick in. And we all live in deluxe apartments in the sky now, thanks to our foresight and hard work.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. Let me ask you this, man. Have you ever had any, because the stuff you do is real, like, edgy. It's dope, and if you guys haven't checked it out, I suggest you go check it out, like, right now. As soon as you finish looking at this show, go check that out ASAP. But have you ever had any brushback from some of the stuff you've been doing, like from other crews and stuff? No?
Nope, because I tend to work. I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm not trying to solve any crimes. It's about the history. And, you know, when you're from communities like Detroit, where, like, crime is a big part of life, unfortunately, people want to understand, you know, why did this happen? Even the people that did it. And we're talking about, I usually talk about old events, and I'll work with the people. You know, people approach me, hey, do my story, do this, do that. And I stick to the facts. And as far, I don't let someone come on and say, well, I know who killed so-and-so. I just repeat what was in the court record of the newspaper and then place it in social context and history. So nope. Only crime I ever had once was a guy that was in it who was an active just drug addict and just wanted some money, but that was just like, you know, a little dispute. But that wasn't really what you're asking. So no, I haven't.
So you do your homework before you...
Absolutely. And a lot of these people, I started off with people that had some tie to, like my friend's uncle was somebody. And then after I did the first things and everyone saw like, oh, damn, this is really good and important what he's doing, I got more personal ties. And a lot of these people are, you know, like just my friends and in real life now. And yeah, so I definitely do my homework because you're talking about the more serious of a thing you're talking about, it better be right or close to right. I mean, when you talk about crime, it may not ever be the total truth because you can't really, people can't say the truth sometimes, but it's got to be as close as possible.
Right.
For real. So, you know, going back then, you talk about the DVD era, and, you know, you said your partner was doing mixtapes. As crazy as it sounds, the digital transition was great, but a lot of people lost a lot of money during that time. I know, like me, man, I think off of mixtapes back then, man, between, you know, distributing mixtapes, man, over in Europe and stuff, because I used to go to Cannes to meet them every year, right? I used to go from, you know, go from Cannes, France to meet them every year, you know, meet with all the buyers and stuff, man, and I was distributing everybody's mixtape out here on the West Coast, man.
Oh, so you were doing European distribution?
Yeah, I was doing European distribution, and you know the thing about Europe, I was able to offer guys $8 a CD over here because I was getting 14 over there.
And they were selling them for 25 or
something. Yeah, you know, due to the exchange rate of the pound, because I was doing a lot of stuff in England over in Ireland, and the pound, man, at the time was like 2 to 1 over the American dollar.
So this is pre-heavy bootlegging, though.
Yeah, like I was right on the edge of it, man. I probably sold, like, man, you know, thank God, man, statute of limitations don't pass, man. I probably sold, like, man, probably about 200,000 or 300,000 mixtapes out there, man.
So you was a criminal.
You know what? Not really a criminal, man. I was, you know, allegedly, I was helping people get their stuff over there. You know, is
it against the law to do that?
You know what?
If there's songs that aren't.
If they songs, you know what? Technically, though, I was working with the artists a lot of times. Now they might have been over their record companies who they had arrangement with.
Oh, they're giving you songs on the cuff.
You know, they had songs, man, that might not have made a particular album. And you know, the average recording artist out there getting robbed anyway. You know, on the way the point system goes. So they got these extra songs that didn't make their album because they couldn't get samples cleared or whatever else. Hey, man, I got these 10 songs, man. Can we put something out? I'll throw an album cover together, man, and put that shit out.
What kind of artists were you doing?
I was doing all rap, man. All West Coast gangster rappers, man. But you know what? What was crazy, though, a lot of the stuff, the big content I had, man, was like the Bay Area stuff and the underground stuff out here. Like I used to sell a lot of a grip of OG Daddy V's.
Tremendous independent scene there in the Bay.
Yeah, you know, so I was selling a lot of stuff, mostly from the Bay Area guys, man. They couldn't really get over there because their distributors was doing a job. So I kind of got into distribution. Then I met some cats over in Japan, was taking them over there. But I remember, man, I had a company that filed bankruptcy on me. And I was owed like $250,000, man, like $250,000. They filed for BK, and I was waiting for that to come. I blew a bunch of money before that because I said, oh, I got another
They were
one.
waiting for the BK to come too. They knew it was coming years before, and they were spending the money because they knew they weren't going to have to pay their bill.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's a crafty game. That's why I tell people, man, you got to get some change in that stuff. You got to hold on. And I think the thing that makes it way better now this is the flip side. Even though I lost a gang of money, I was doing some I shouldn't have been doing anyway. But
you made a lot of money.
Yeah. Now, it ain't no cheats in the game. That digital footprint, you know what I mean? It's like you can't cheat, can't nobody steal from you.
That's the beauty. They've really, like YouTube and Google, if you're on top of people stealing your stuff and you let them know, they'll take it down. It's
Oh, for
great.
sure. Yeah, it comes down. I do about 3 or 4 of those every week because people want to take little clips and put them inside their video and act like they was in there.
No.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, man, people do that. I shut it down.
They'll
As soon as
reload
they-
my whole documentary
It's crazy, ain't
and
it?
try to monetize.
That's the craziest part to me now. If it's some dude, man, that got 300-400 views on some shit, man, and it's like a dude that got 3 subscribers on his channel, I'm not tripping off that shit, you know, because he don't probably know no better. It's probably some kid that just, you know,
Yeah.
reloading his stuff. But when I see a dude don't put a whole elaborate production around our shit, make it look like it's just some footage of his, and we're so cold, they'd cover up our little insignia in the corner and put their shit right there.
Well, yeah,
Got him.
That's how he figures. Well, you know, it's funny to tie in back to your past question of did I ever have a problem. Kind of the weirdest hassle I ever had was I filed a takedown notice on a guy. I think I couldn't tell if he was in Australia or England, and it like got his YouTube account like 3 violations, so they were gonna take his account. And he like was threatening me over the internet. You better tell YouTube to put my account back up, or I'm gonna come over there. Like he was like super mentally ill. I have cancer. I'm gonna die. This YouTube channel's all I have, and then I'm gonna kill you. You know. So that was my biggest hassle, enforcing my copyright rights.
Get the latest exclusives, unedited content, live streams with some of Digital Soapbox's most polarizing hosts like James McDonald and others. Sign up for your Digital Soapbox membership today. Packages start from $1.99 to $4.99 monthly, where you not only get exclusive content, but you also get it commercial free. Press that button now.